G'day Spurs fans, Paul Hotspur Hippie here, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet. I hope you're all well. It's a bright and breezy 9:22 a.m. on 14th of November. Now, before I start, bit of a disaster with the laptop or something, because it's buggered loads of things up. I can't push buttons. I can get sounds out and stuff like that. So I usually put the Aboriginal flag up at this point, and I will do the acknowledgement of country anyway. Without that, I'd like to pay my respects to the traditional owners of the land from where I'm streaming today, the Wallamedical people of the Darug Nation, Ingani Warrami. I hope you're all well out there. I'd like to pay my respects to your elders, past, present, emerging, recognise that sovereignty still not ceded, still not handed over, always was, always will be Aboriginal land. Hello to mobs all over Australia and people all over the world. Yeah, I've I don't know what's happened. I don't know what's happened, but all my, it's called MIDI settings have just disappeared. So there's a lot I can't do. I have remapped one. That's one. So I've got to do a lot manually, so there's going to be less hoo-ha happening today. But it's just as well, because a new laptop's arriving soon, and I'll have to redo it all anyway, so I'm not going to redo it all on this. But anyway, main main football news I've heard in the last day is that referee getting caught on camera. Well, caught on camera, I mean, it was a video for a mate, and it looks like his mate has stitched him up. Said some not nice things about Liverpool. Said some not nice things, very not nice things, and bit xenophobic things about Jurgen Klopp. I don't know quite how to feel about it. I don't know. I mean, I think his mate's an arsehole for a start. I think his comments possibly could show some bias, and maybe he shouldn't be refereeing in the Premier League. But I just saw on TalkSport, the bastion of principles, that there's another video coming out with him. It looks like he's doing blow. And there's, what's his name? The journalist, you know, with a real smug look on his face, saying, well, the significant thing about this was it was a UEFA paid facility, and it was the day after the quarter-final. It's like, what was the day after? So I think they're kind of hounding the guy now, and it makes me laugh when journalists and people in the media get all up on their high horse about people doing a bit of Charlie. Not my thing. I don't get it. But, I'm, you know, journalists saying, oh, no, don't do drugs and don't drink. It's like police saying, don't drink booze. You haven't had any off-duty cops in the back of your car. Bloody hell, man. They ain't pleasant. Anyway, so what do we think about this referee, man? I don't like what he said, but I think he's being a bit hounded now. I don't care if he's doing coke. I don't know what that bloody hell's that got to do with anything. And the way old Alex, what's his name, saying, oh, you wait for paid facility, like it's coming out of our taxpayer money or something. Get off your high horse, mate. Off your high horse. Of course, Simon Jordan saw nothing xenophobic about it, but Simon Jordan, I have suspicions of being a bit of a racist twat. He's all freedom of speech when it comes to right-wing points of view, but freedom of speech with Simon Jordan seems a bit lacking if you're Gary Lineker or Trevor Sinclair. So, fuck Simon Jordan, as usual. As usual. Don't pay any attention to him. But what do we reckon, eh? What do we reckon? Let's have a look at some chat here. Now, this chat buggered up a bit. But we got Donny Darko Spurs. Hello, man. Hi, man. I hope you're all good, man. Tickety-boo. Tickety-boo. Oh, I can do voice effects because that's through my box, so I can do this.
I am Spursicus. Hear me roar.
Hello, maybe there's nothing going on in the Spurs sphere. No, I haven't watched that. I don't know. I haven't seen anything, man. So I don't know if I missed something. Legaldino. Good to have a sane corner of YouTube. Love Hotspur Hippie. Bet he loves watermelon as well. Yeah, I like watermelon. I think it's all right, isn't it? I don't know. I don't get that one. All right, here we go. Here we go. Piers Barrow, far out. I'm here on time. No marking, no nothing. Piers Barrow's here. The proto-anarchist. Spursicus, have Dinage will travel. That's the wrong button. That was my Dermatron button. There we go. There we go. Oh, here's a person. Destiny. What? No, that no. Destiny 5, it's all going to shit. Destiny 5, I saw you were on old Stell's hit list. Stell's name list of shame. A few people in here on old Stell's list of shame. Oh dear, I hope you're bearing up under all that, Destiny. Come on, you Spurs, that's it. Come on, you Spurs. Mark Havel. We should, 2 years if Ange cannot do time to move on up the Spurs. We should, cannot do time, move on up the Spurs. I don't understand what you're saying. I don't know. I can't make that one out. Sorry, Mark. Kevin Marr comes in. Hello, mate. Birkinshaw in. I know. Even though we got relegated, Birkinshaw in. There was no I was too young. That was like my first season of supporting Spurs. So I sort of started in 1976 in the summer. So 76, 77, we got relegated, which I didn't really fully understand. I knew it was crap, though. And then we came straight back up. There's a list, yeah. He posted a list of people who have committed crimes against Stelios. Yeah, ooh, dear oh dear, I wasn't on the list. I was disappointed. Ah, well, I mustn't have pissed him off. So what do we reckon about the referee? Destiny 5, just to let you know, Paul Stelios tried to call me out with Peter. Oh, yeah, Peter Hadjius, he was on it as well, and said he won't come to the stadium anymore straight after. What a coward. And my mates are waiting for him. Well, let's not do that, I suppose. I don't, you forget what I am, Hang on. Oh, no, I can't do the hippie thing. There we go. He bullies people and plays the victim in challenge. Oh, yeah, he's the worst at it. He's the worst at it. I mean, I had a go at Savvy yesterday. I mean, Stelios is a whole different kettle of scum. I don't think Savvy's scum. I was just taking the piss out of him yesterday. I don't know what Savvy says about people, but he's no Stel. Stel's a complete dickhead. Mark Hamill, give Ange 2 years at least. Okay, all right, yeah. I mean, I think see how we are at the end of the season. I mean, I'm sure we'll be going all right. But I get people saying, no, I think to the end of the season, come on. I mean, that's fair enough. That seems to be what you're saying, 2 years at least. And then we go from there. But I don't see what the big drama is at the moment. 3 points off third place, still in the cups, still playing good football when we've got the intensity on happening. I just don't see the big drama at the moment. And that's why I pushed back a bit yesterday, because I see the big narrative out there and all the shouty people online. It's all quite negative out there. I'm just pushing a bit back and putting out a different narrative, that not all Spurs fans, and I think most Spurs fans are Ange, from what I can hear in the stadium, I mean, sure, they all got booed at the end of the Ipswich game. I understand that. I don't know if I'd boo myself, but I wouldn't hang someone for it or condemn them when people do what they want. It's rock and roll, isn't it? But that doesn't mean they're all like Ange out. It just means that was a shit game, Spursicus, I miss the old days when refs just refed. Yeah. Keith Hackett. He was a good ref, Keith Hackett. He used to, he controlled the game. Didn't micromanage, let the game flow as much as possible. Very, very sensible approach. The ref, this ref, I mean, I didn't, I mean, I only saw that first video. I know I really didn't think he came across well, not just what he said, but his whole demeanour and that. But that's a small clip, I don't think you can really extrapolate that to across. And it was also looks like a private conversation, so he's probably deliberately being provocative as well. And his mate just stitched him up, probably got quid in it, I suppose. I don't know. Tom Lowry, hey Paul, Ange needs this season and next season minimum. All right, we'll give him 3 years. I'll give him as long as it takes myself. We are in Ange, Paul. He needs to adapt. I disagree, man. I think the players need to show up. That's what they need to do. I mean, there were clear instances in the Ipswich game where they just didn't track back, didn't press, half-arsed it a little bit. Not by a huge amount. Look, don't get me wrong. It wasn't total rubbish, but it was just enough for the style not to work. So it is a hard style. It's a very hard style we're playing, and you've got to be on it to do it. So I get why, you know, it doesn't work all the time at the moment, but it will work. It will work. I'm tired of blaming managers. Yeah, me too, man. I mean, I think the player, look, and I did a video yesterday, and I've got one big criticism of Ange, and I think it's a really big one as well. I'm not trying to underplay this. I think it's a huge mistake he's made by having a leadership group of players. Because when we've had that before at Spurs, they're more likely to down tools, whinge to the owners, and the manager gets changed, and then we go round in the cycle. So I think Ange should just have a captain, and that's it. And if that captain's son, if he's not available, you just sort it out near the time. You've got the club captain, that's it. You don't need a committee. I think that's a really bad move. I don't think he did that. I'm not sure. Someone yesterday said that he didn't do that at Celtic. So I'm just wondering where that's come from. I don't know, maybe if that was what the culture of Tottenham was expecting, because we did get rid of the whole previous leadership group, you know. And maybe he's just tried to adapt that. I don't know. But it's not worked. It doesn't work. I don't like player power, man. Tom Lowry, who travelled all the way, spending hundreds of bloody pounds and days and emotional energy going to the game. No boos for me on Sunday. Very, very disappointed. But never booed. Didn't clap either. Oh, yeah, just gutted. I mean, I don't think I'd boo. I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't remember I booed at a game. I really didn't hear many boos when I went, though, as well. But I guess if you're in a crowd of people and there's a lot of booing going on, who's to say I wouldn't? I don't know. I mean, I can be a sheep just like everyone else. Kevin Marr, Paul, what about Bookie Thomas? 10 yellow cards every game. I don't know that one, man. What's the story on that? What's the story on that? That's red for one Spurs. Big up, Paul. My comments have been keeping in evidence. As Redfar, are you in? We know you're in there. Open up. We've got screenshots. For what? I know. It's so dumb, eh? So dumb. Mark Evil, miss the old days when we could throw coins at the roof. Oh, dear. When the police... I don't think the police march around the ground, because when the police used to sort of walk into the ground, the whole crowd, home and away, used to sing the Laurel and Hardy theme tune. That's pretty funny. Like people these days don't know Laurel and Hardy are, don't they? Bit of history gone. Tom Lowry, Sully has already said they weren't following Ange's tactics. Yeah, and I'm fed up with hearing this, man. Not from you, but I'm fed up with players saying this. It's like, just do it. Just do it. That'll do. Mr. McGaw, Bentancur's 7-match ban? Is this a fact? Is this a fact? Let's have a listen. Faces harsh punishment. Okay. Set for lengthy ban. Set for ban. You're saying it's 7 matches? Okay. He's not good for us? No, but he did the wrong thing. Overreaction to what was harmless. It wasn't racism against another player or fan from another team. It absolutely was racism. Absolutely 100% was. And there is racism in football. It's getting better. But I expect more players. They should know this shit. And yeah, okay, he's made a mistake. Hopefully he's learned from it. But I think there's fair consequences. And yeah, I don't like, from a football point of view, I agree. It sucks because he's really playing well at the moment. But I don't like that. It was racist, man. Sunday Patel, Ange out. All the best teams change their manager every year. I think so, man. That seems to be the formula to success. I mean, Chelsea did, but then they had someone who stole the entire oil reserves from the largest country on the planet Earth. So, I mean, maybe they're an exception. Yeah, that's it. Ange out. Ange out. Change is as good as the rest. Destiny 5. Maddison has to come on at half time, though, Paul. He's our vice captain. Well, he hasn't been playing like one, has he? I don't think so. And vice captain, see, this is where I got the problem. I think making players like Maddison, put him in a leadership group or vice captain, you know, and if he's sulking at the moment, that sulking spreads. Is he really going to be leading the team when he's pissed off at being dropped? I think he's deserved to be dropped. I was just trying to find out what you're talking about. Jack Taylor, ref for the 1974 World Cup final. Was he good? Destiny 5, I'm being equal. Everyone's being equal, man. Destiny 5. Kulu should be captain. That's not a bad shout, you know. That's not a bad shout. He seems to... I would have said Betancourt, but yeah, well, he ain't going to be playing for a bit. He's no ego and runs like a dog. Yeah, I think that would be a pretty good shout. Look, Sonny, I do see a difference in performances to when Son's on the pitch and when he's not on the pitch. Ipswich was an exception. Usually when he's on the pitch, we do have a bit more about us. But like whoever the captain is, my main gripe is having a leadership group. I think that sucks. Hey, I like the name of this. Radio Birdman. Yes. I went to see them. I've been to see them twice. The first time it was just the lead singer and what's his name, Dennis Tech and what's his name, Rob Younger. I sat there and Rob Younger, he nicked my bloody seat. I was at like this little festival in Enmore, and I went and I had a seat, you know, and I went up and Rob Younger was sitting in my seat. And I said, you're sitting in my seat, but that's all right because there's loads of empty seats. But it gave me an excuse to have a chat and just say thanks for the music. And he was a really, really cool guy. So, yeah, I like Radio Birdman, man. Hawaii 5-0. Destiny 5. Win, we go third. No one says a thing. We lose with 10th alive is thick. I know, it's a cigarette paper, isn't it? It's a struck match. It's an Nats cock. Tom Lowry, Maddison is out of form. Kulu has been the better number 10 this season. Yes, I'd agree with that. Playing them together doesn't always work because in some situations we need two deeper line players. Is that not Ange adapting? I think it is. I mean, this thing about Ange not adapting, he does adapt. You know, he's learning about the players, what they can do, and reacting and adapting to whether they're in form or out of form. So, I mean, that's adaptation. We see he doesn't play the same players all the time. He's rotating. He doesn't play favourites. It looks like, he drops people if they're out of form or rests people if they're, or manages their time if they're injured. So I think to say he doesn't adapt at all, I don't think it's true. You have to adapt according to the situation. Okay, now you man, I'm all right. I'm tickety-boo. Racism football. We hate Arsenal. Well, you see, I like that because that's like taking all that evil, bad stuff in the world, and which we have in our brains, and that's why I like football, because like rivalry and all that is bloody harmless, isn't it? It's harmless for most people. Some people take it over the line, but there's nothing wrong with a bit of harmless tribalism, I think that's all well and good. That's what sport gives me anyway. Okay, so Destiny 5, Benny got banned. But Fernandez at Chelsea gets nothing. Well, he should get the same. But a captain armband for racist songs and a coach. No, I thought. I hope there's something going to happen to him. I think what he did was as bad. Or I don't want to say who's worse and who's not. I mean, racism's racism, isn't it? But he should get done for it, absolutely. But that doesn't mean. See, just because he doesn't get done doesn't mean Betancourt shouldn't get done either. It should apply to both of them, of course. Tom Larry, running games of beef. I can't do my Eve Basuna button. Bugger. Or can I? Maybe I can do it. It's a sound effect, isn't it? It's, let's see if I've got it in here. I think I've triggered it on a script or something. Bear with me. Oh, I can't find it. I'll have to set it all up. on the new laptop anyway. Yeah, Basuma has been doing okay. I think he's been pretty good, actually. I don't think he's like a leader or anything like that, but he doesn't need to be. You don't need like everyone to be leaders. I think he does his job pretty well. You know, when I saw this, is it B Sedeno or is it just B-side number 9? I mean, I don't know. Neither makes sense to me. But is it Sedeno or is it side number 9? Have you heard about Pep losing the locker room at City Rooners? Oh, man, that'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? That'd be hilarious. I don't know, man. Losing the locker room. I don't know. Crazy. Destiny 5, if Levy took action and fined Sonny, FIFA would not get involved. Levy out. Fine Betancourt, maybe? I don't know. I don't know if that would be the case or not, man. I mean, Levy out. Yeah, I mean, but who's going to come in? Like I say, I don't worry about all that. I don't like any of them. All the club owners are tossers, aren't they? All of them. Tom Larry, Betancourt ban is only for domestic games. Won't affect European games. Okay. As Radpath 4-1 Spurs. Do you think Ange has fallen out with Maddison? I've got no idea. I don't think it would be that way round. If anything, it would be the other way round because Maddison got dropped. I can see Maddison to be toxic in the changing room. Look, I mean, this is just rumours and speculation, and we don't know for sure. But if I was to have a guess, I would say that could be true. He seems like a bit of a sook. I think Ange has dropped him for the right reasons. I think so too. I think so. I think that's fair enough, and that's why this leadership group don't work out, man. Tom Larry finally got round to joining the commune today. Oh, thank you very much, man. Welcome. Oh, you can see all the exciting stuff. Oh, look at this advert he's given me. Bloody hell, you seem like a happy customer. Love all the behind the curtain stuff. Very interesting. You put a lot of work into this, makes it very entertaining. Oh, thank you very much. I don't know if I'll do a full video of me setting up a new laptop, but I did one on setting up my my audio mixing desk. I mean, look, I just put things out there when I'm doing things sometimes. Look, if you want to watch it, if you're curious, you can. If, it's just there. Because, like, while I'm doing it, it's easy just to hit video record and do it that way. But, members don't get an awful lot on this channel. You don't get, like, exclusive content or content before everyone else because I don't like firewalling stuff. So, really, the stuff I put in the members channel is stuff that I wouldn't put on the channel, for general viewing anyway, because it doesn't fit in, that's all. And I think some of it's a bit boring. But, hey, thanks, man. But the main thing is, Tom, as a member of the commune, you get my best wishes. But then everyone does. Everyone gets my best wishes, but you get them as well. You know what I mean? Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I do put a lot of work into it. I do. Piers Barrow descent into the maelstrom. Wow, that sounds... Why does that ring a bell from somewhere? What's that? What's that TV show? Is that a TV show? God, that's a vague bloody memory. Oh, is it? Tell me more, P.S. Barrow, or is it just something you're saying? Fuck it. I can almost remember it. It's like, P.S. Barrow saw Birdman in the 70s, crashed my mum's car after the gig. Not my fault. Is that what you said to your mum, was it? My fault. But a memorable connection. Yeah, no, they're a great band. Got the only album there I've just got a best of. Brilliant album, though. Brilliant album. It was I'm not really too much up with Australian music. Really, it's through Mountain Bushman, my executive producer, that I know a few of these bands and songs. Like someone the other day mentioned a song, the Cicada, the 8-5 Doc by Outline. And I literally only heard that for the first time like a few months ago. And it was something he played. And I thought it was a great song because I live near 5 Dock and I used to live in Drummoyne where they bombed the Cicada. It's a funny song though. Dr. John, and they I think they still play it. Dr. Johnny D7. G'day, Paul. G'day, man. Tom Lowry, the tactical change made by Ange subbing Madders for Sarr against West Ham won us that game. Absolutely it did, man. Absolutely. Didn't he do one against Aston Villa as well? There was something that happened to Aston Villa. But I remember that, yeah, the West Ham one. Absolutely. So, I mean, not adapting would be not substituting anyone, wouldn't it? So, yeah. There we go. It's Sundeep Patel. He was Ange out. He's got a new plan. Every club that is successful changes their manager every year. I think that's a great way to go. I think that's where we've been going wrong. We've been changing managers every either less than a year or a year and a bit. You put it bang on a year. I mean, we've buggered it up now because Ange has been here nearly 2 years, isn't it? So where do we start, Sundeep? Best thing Ange has done is set a way for the club to play from the youngsters to the main team. Yes, absolutely. They all play the same way. This allows players from the under-19s, etc., to play in the senior squad. Yeah, it's great. Fantastic, man. Fantastic. I don't mean to butt in here, Radio Birdman. I saw them supporting the Flaming Groovies. I said, yeah, another good band. Huh, they supported them? Wow. Huh. That must have been early then, or late, or what? I mean, Radio Birdman. I mean, Dennis Tech, the guitarist, I think I'm right in saying he's like one of those people that's just super smart at bloody everything and creative. I think he's been a doctor. Has he been like a rocket scientist as well? And he's a great guitarist. There's something like that. Dennis Tech is an absolute genius. Jack Taylor, the Football League gave him a special award describing as perhaps the finest English referee of all time. Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, before my time, man. But that's cool. Yeah, I think a lot of referees are decent. They seem to be getting a bit, fancy haircuts these days. Trying to be a bit in the spotlight. And sometimes they impose their will on the game in weird ways. And I don't like VAR at all. But without a referee, you haven't got a game. And at local level, I don't like referees getting stick at all at like amateur or kid level because they're giving up their time so kids can play football. And just because they're definitely not biased, but sometimes they miss things because there's a lot going on. And I hear parents giving them shit, like when I did a little bit of coaching. Parents giving the referees all sorts of shit just for making honest mistakes, or sometimes not even mistakes, and I think that's horrible. Because it's something I looked at briefly. Maybe when I get more time, when I become a YouTube millionaire, I might look into doing refereeing. I think it would be fun, and just allowing games of football to go ahead. That's the way I see it, and I think that's the way a lot of people see it. Kevin Marr, Paul, next time you talk to Steve Perryman, ask him about the referee Clive Thomas. I'll ask him that. We are in contact quite a bit, me and Steve, which is quite weird. But hey, I'll ask him. That name isn't familiar for me. Is he going to be all right about it, or was he like a shit one that gave him a tough time? I don't want to stir him up. Destiny 5. Sorry, yeah, Destiny 5, I think players are too soft nowadays. Yes. And Madison is sulking. Yes. If you get subbed, just get off. Just deal with it. The manager's made his decision. There's no sulking. Well, it's a team game. It's a team game. And if the gaffer deems that whether it's tactical or you're not playing well or whatever, just go with it, man. Madison sulking, never would he act like that if Jose was manager. Do you think so? Do you think maybe Ange is being sulk tolerant? I don't know if he is or not. I don't know. I mean, he might not pull players up. I'm just imagining this. I don't know if he'd directly pull players up on it, but I think it would factor into who he plays, things like that. Kevin Marr, Thomas gave Wolves a dodgy penalty in injury time. Oh, no, I'm not going to ask him about that then. No, go on. He's probably not going to, he might say something I couldn't say to you anyway. Mark Cavill, anyway, up the Spurs. Very simple, very simple. Tom Larry, don't expect anything extra. Just glad to support the channel. What a perfect member you are, because you do get fuck all. All good fun and seriously lifts my spirits. Thanks very much, man. That's what I try and do. That's what I try. I know I did a bit of a drama-y thing yesterday. I just do. I'll do that once in a while as the need arises, but generally I don't do that on my channel. I don't want that to be what my channel is. But I will respond to bullshit when I see it from time to time, which has to stand out because the bullshit gets worse and worse and worse. It has to reach like a new peak of bullshit. So I don't know what the next one will be. Here's Barrow. It's the name of a radio in Birmingham. So, oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that one. I didn't know that one off the top of my head. Into the Maelstrom, I think, was a TV show, though. Hang on. Something like that? Or was that Into the Maelstrom? Oh, no. Descent into the Maelstrom's a short story by Edgar Allan Poe. It was a TV. Into the Maelstrom. No, you created a false memory in my brain. Memory's shit, man. Memory's rubbish. That's Radford 4-1 Spurs. I'll stick to my 4-1 Spurs prediction in City. I think that's a wise move, man. I think we could really do them. I mean, I've heard rumours that Pep has lost the dressing room. So we end up scoring more. Who cares? Oh, we won't have to change your name again. 4-1. I think it could be well. It could. It's not unreasonable. I think we could win it. I think we will win it. Okay, right. So Clive Thomas gave Wolves a dodgy penalty at Hillsborough in the 81 semi-final. Oh, didn't we play? I thought we played at Highbury. It was Wolves at Highbury, wasn't it? Oh, hang on. Was it? Oh, hang on. Was that a replay? That was a replay. Because I remember we beat Wolves at Highbury, wasn't it? Because it was full of Arsenal was full of Tottenham fans. I don't know who planned that one. That's not a good move, that one, is it? To make it 2-2. Okay. Oh, okay. Right. Here we go. Yeah. Keep in mind, we stuffed them at Highbury the following week. Yes. Yes. And all the Spurs fans respected Highbury as they should. Colin Cross, Clive Thomas is from my village, right? Blew up in a World Cup game when Brazil took a corner and scored, but he blew up in midair. he's having a bad run then. I think I've seen that first leg against or the first game against Wolves, and I seem to remember it. I can't recall it exactly though. Fans ran for one's power. I asked the audience to guess what those drills would say if we beat City at their ground. I kick off with Pepper's past it, should be sacked. That's why we beat them again. I wonder what the Manchester City fans would be saying. I can do this one. I know I can do this one. What are the Manchester City fans saying? Still haven't found one. I know someone who can find a Manchester City fan. Go to it, Fred. Find a Manchester City fan. Oh, there'll be another excuse, man. There'll be another excuse. You just never know, member of the commune. Thank you very much for your support. Hi, Paul. How's your friend, Mr. Tottenham Hotspur? Or should I say Mr. Gunastelios? And Henry Wright? Yeah. I mean, look, I don't have anything personal against Henry Wright. I just, I know he's choosing to do his YouTube the way he's doing, but, his Spurs credentials are shot. And Stelios is just a little psychopath. You just never know. Choo-choo. Yeah, I can't do that. I have to do it manually. Oh, you've asked for it. Hang on. Where is it? I forget what I named these things, you see. Oh, I can do that, can I? It doesn't do the glowy bit. Ange Train. There we go. All aboard the Ange Express. That's it. Destination glory. Hey, super chat. Thank you very much, Mark. Thank you very much, Mark. Much appreciated. Piers Barrow. Tech. Oh, here we go. Right. Here we go. This is the list of what Dennis Tech is. Okay. ER doctor, surgeon, US Navy Marines pilot. That was it. He was a fighter pilot. Dude. His call sign of Iceman. was noticed by the producers of Top Gun and may have been appropriated for Val Kilmer's character in the film. Bloody hell, man. That was it. He's a fighter pilot, doctor, surgeon, and rock guitarist. I mean, dude, he's got one of the coolest dudes on the planet, hasn't he? Archie Gray will get a few games in his proper position with Bentancur out. Hope he does great. That could be possible. Could be possible. Hey, every crowd's got a silver lining, isn't it? Mark Hamill, good luck to you. Thank you very much, man. Good luck to you too, Mark. Thank you. Sunday Patel, I can understand Ange losing the dressing room. It's a big place in the new stadium. Well, he doesn't go in there. Apparently, he doesn't go in there. It's not like the old Alan Sugar days where Alan Sugar would fucking wander into the dressing room and claim credit if we had a good result. It must have been me. Must have been me that made them win. Bloody walnut. Yeah, well, he can't find them. He's lost the dressing room because he don't go in there. He's forgotten. Because his brain is just focused on what it needs to do. And it's like dressing room delete. Don't worry about that. So he's lost it. Very true. Very true. Sundeep Patel, of course, the person who correctly first, straight off the bat, suggested that Bobby Buckle should be in the calendar of Spurs' greatest captains. Definitely should have Bobby Buckle in there, no doubt about it. Tom Larry, I've been very defensive on social media this week. Isn't it horrible, eh? I'm concerned that those who shout the loudest will force Ange out. It does worry me a little bit, you know. I don't know how much of an impact it has. But we know players do social media. And I have heard from someone, I won't say who it was, and it wasn't Steve Perryman, so forget that. It wasn't him. Because I said that, who cares about what stuff goes out? Because no Spurs watches it. And their reaction was, well, you'd be surprised. There's people that actually do. And there is, like the other day when I searched Ange Postecoglou on Twitter, and it was pretty much 100%, not just negative, but vile vitriol, man. Absolutely horrible. So, I mean, that was one reason why I did the video yesterday, because that narrative seems to come from a few places on YouTube, and so I'm doing my bit to counteract it. So in a way, I'm doing the same, man. But it's a pain in the arse, isn't it? It really is pain in the arse. We're not hearing it in the ground yet. I think you commented on that. Yeah. That's my benchmark. That's what I'm saying. That's if I hear the crowd singing Ange Postecoglou's name or "Come on, you Spurs" or anything like that, then it's all rubbish, isn't it? Like, I think it was different in the last few months of Conte, because they weren't going Antonio, because we were arse anyway. But so I think the mood in the ground had shifted. Did you see that? Did you experience that, Tom? I can only go from what I hear on the TV. It seemed that the fans had kind of called it quits on Antonio Conte. That wasn't just an internet thing. And I think a lot of the internet was kind of the opposite. No, Conte in, let's back him. It's like, well, he's not interested, is he, mate? He's not interested. So it's funny. Tom Larry, what's wrong with the buttons? Well, I'll just... it's nothing broken. It's just that all the settings that I have in my OBS setup, which get triggered by buttons, all the scripts have disappeared. I don't know how. They've just disappeared, man. They've gone. So I have to do things manually, but there's certain special effects which are triggered and chained and scripted that just take it away. But it's not a big deal, because when I get a new laptop, I'll probably redo things to a large extent. Anyway, sort of streamline things here and there. It'd be like a fun exercise. But I did recreate this button. There you go. Radio Birdman Henry is all right. He doesn't seem to be a particularly unlikable person at all. Just as far as Tottenham, I think his opinions are crap, that's all. RJ Cole. Hey, yes, here we go. Super chat. Love the lives, mate. Okay, brilliant. Thank you. I'll take your money. I don't understand your comment, but I'll take your money. Thank you very much. Member of the commune and the super chat. Double dipping. Thank you very much. Finger out, man. Finger out. Babylon out. Burn the Babylon, man. Don't know if you heard it earlier. When I've taken off-duty police officers around in the Uber at night. Fuck me, they're horrible and racist. Shoshi, hey Paul, gotta go to class. But why are we getting bent course suspension now? I thought it already happened. No, I think the hearing took this long. So, hey, you don't say shit like that. I mean, it's a bad attitude to have. So, it's a harsh punishment, but I just don't like racism. And I don't think he meant anything intentional by it, but it's still racism. And I don't think you just say, oh, it's just a joke. Because to many, many, many people in the world, it's not just a joke. Tom Larry. I despise Alan Sugar. I do too, man. He's horrible, isn't he? Horrible. Ugh. I know people say, oh, he saved Spurs, but I think we would have survived. There would have been something done somewhere. It's too big for it to disappear. I can't stand the guy. He absolutely gutted the spirit out of Tottenham. He really did. Interfered with footballing matters. Sold shit. I mean, Amstrad gear was shit as well. He used to call it a mug's eyeful. So he just put loads of blinking lights on his shitty hi-fi gear. And people go, oh, look at that. That must be good. He called it a mug's eyeful. Mugs. That's how he thought of his customers. And The Apprentice, I used to watch that because I thought it was so stupid because they couldn't do stuff like add up. But I got bored with that as well. I just, nah. Colin Cross. Matron has just told me to come in and go to bed. Not Star. Not Star. Nice to have you in, man. Mark Howell, don't worry. Well, Spurs fans, it up the Spurs. Yes. Tom Larry, it's horrible there, not just criticising Ange as a manager. They've started personal bullshit. Yeah, that's what I'm referring to. But wait, the fuck's that got? I mean, dude. I mean, I'm sure Ange doesn't give a shit about that, but it just shows you the mentality of a lot of those people, doesn't it? It's just crazy, man. Anything. Yeah. I've had comments, let's get rid of Thick Dundee. I'm just like, oh, wow. God, I didn't know we had fucking Oscar Wilde was a Spurs supporter. Stephen Fry, someone like that. I mean, it's just pathetic. And you get the Australian stuff. I get the Australian stuff. I don't know how many times I've mentioned on this channel that I used to go to Spurs and I started supporting them in 1976. You just support Spurs because you're Australian and you're a fake fan. Fuck off. I mean, these pricks would have heard me say that and they still just say it because they're pricks. Oh, yeah, when I looked at it the other day, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was horrendous. Bloody sun's coming round. Hang on. I've got to... the new laptop won't fix this, by the way. This is just the way I've got things set up here. I might shuffle things around here because I'm going to be able to plug 2 TV screens into the laptop. So I'll have to do a bit of rearranging anyway. Rearrange my lights. I could close the curtains, I suppose, but I can't be fucked. I'll just... It's probably the same effort as me doing this. Let's go full liver failure mode. There we go. Rado Burman. It was a short journey from I'm loving Big Ange instead to get Ange out of my club. For some, yeah, it's just riding the wave of controversy, a lot of it. And a lot of people just have that. They've got the vendetta against Levy. So, of course, they will support Conte because there's no way the club was going to could afford, well, maybe not afford's the right word. They weren't going to do what Conte wanted. So they supported Conte, even though it's shit football and he didn't give a fuck about managing Spurs. But now we've got a manager that seems to be working within the constraints he's got. So buying a bit younger players, long way to go. And I think it'll work out. I think it is working out. But they won't be having it because they're just so blinking against bloody Levy. I mean, no one really likes Levy. I mean, some people do. I don't really like him. But that's who owns the club, Renegade, not one Ange out amongst my Spurs friends. I do know someone that's on the fence, but But I think generally, no. I do know, I know another one that's firmly Ange in, even more than me probably. Well, I don't know if that's possible, but and he's been a season ticket holder for 40 years. 40 years, still goes. Mark Howell, been there since the 1970s. Yes, man. Longevity. Tom Larry Ange's name wasn't sung at all on Sunday. Must be the first time this season. Well, it's hard for us to get grip in it. Heard a few grumbling about him. The scales are definitely shifting. The social media crap feeds into that. Yeah, but I think my thing about social media is it's not the real world, and most like what I would call normal people aren't really that involved on social media. Most people just have a look at it for now and then, or use it to contact their real friends or something. But I don't know what percentage of society is actually on Twitter. I mean, how many user accounts are there in Twitter? If the population of planet Earth is 8 billion, and let's say, I don't know, 1 billion has access to a computer, how many Twitter accounts are there, and how many of those are bots? I mean, Twitter is an absolute cesspit. Absolute cesspit. Generally, I don't use Twitter. I searched it the other day, but I think I've maybe done one post. I don't engage on it at all because I don't support who owns it. I don't want to give them my advertising money. Just never know. Keith D. Burkishaw, Blue Army. That's right, man. It's funny, Keithy, isn't it? Sunday Patel, I'm sure many are saying Ange out will say he's the greatest thing since sliced bread when we win the quad. Well, they have to change their mind, won't they? They have to change their mind. Hey, Finn Rickwood. How you going, man? Finn Rickwood's a voice. Finn Rickwood's all right. Hello, Finn. Yeah, they're all Ange out brigade of clues fuckwits. A lot of them. Not all of them. But the vicious ones are, man. The vicious ones are. Tom Lowry. Wait. I heard some clown on TalkSport call him Ange Postecoglou. Oh, wow, eh? Jeez. What witty raconteurs we've got. Shittest radio channel around. I need to change it in the car. I know. Yeah, I think I saw the headline of that. It's like, I wonder where they get things like that from. But what TalkSport will do is they're controversy sells, so they're always going to talk to discontented fans. Aren't they? That's what they'll pick. They got 5 Tottenham fans ringing up, and 4 of them are saying Ange in. One of them says, Ange Postecoglou. They'll pick that guy. And it just recycles the poo around the, I don't know, around the something. Ethelson Edwardson. Big up, Hotspur. Big up, man. I think we need a new chairman without doubt, but Ange's timing of subs is questionable and not having what is now a predictable style. And also not, no, I disagree. I think his timing of subs is pretty good. Ipswich, maybe, but generally, 3 or 4 games prior to that, spot on. So the most I can credit with him at Ipswich is maybe a mistake in that one, but hey, we're all human. You're allowed to make mistakes. Whether he actually made a mistake or not, I couldn't say for sure, but it's possible. But that's not a sackable offence, It's not a predictable style at all. Oh, I don't believe it is. Renegadze met Ange at the airport where I work. Hey, how about it? He was such a lovely gentleman. Looked so smart and very friendly. Managed to get a pic with him. Ah, cool, man. Ah, that's pretty nice, eh? Yeah, he's a good guy. Tom Larry, Sean Earl, who's been going to a friend of the show. Sean Earl, who's been going to Tottenham since 1966, and me are vehemently Ange in, but the supporters club here are wavering. Ah, dude. Hey, look, the thing that'll change it around is a few wins, isn't it? A few wins. It's not like the Doom Express is rolling down the hill. A few wins, it will change. But hopefully it doesn't even matter, because hopefully Levy will stick by him, just like Kroenke did with Arteta when there were mass protests and there was AFTV going. They stuck by him. Now, I don't think he's very good, but you have to say they came close to winning the league a couple of times. So he can't be terrible. I think he's reached his limit. I think he's fucked it now. But whether he's good or bad, the chairman stuck by the manager. That's my main point. And I want Daniel Levy to stick by Ange. Because I think we're good under him. Ed Bannon. Some of the more reasonable fans, e.g. the extra inch, are starting to doubt whether Ange can succeed without modifying his approach within games when the players start to lose faith. Well, I don't know. See, the Ipswich game, I don't know how that was losing faith, because the second half we were a lot better and they were doing what they should be doing. And if they were losing faith, it would have been the other way around. But I don't know, man. Hey, who knows what's going on, man? I mean, whatever happens, I support whoever manages Spurs. That's the way it comes down to it. I'm a big supporter of Ange because I think he's brilliant and I think he will do well with us. Spurs are good. So I see next season's away kits. Oh, no, already? Oh, God. Remember when they didn't change kits for 2 seasons and a go? A new kit coming out was ooh, especially when you were young, because it was forever. It seemed like forever before the kits were changed. And it's almost every 6 months now, isn't it? So they've got them ready for next season. Is it still Nike? Because I don't like the Nike kits. What's the lowdown on the away kit? Is it just going to be a normal yellow, normal away kit? Or is it going to be some other camouflage bollocks like green or flesh? What's it going to be, man? Ethels and Edwardson. It's not healthy constantly sacking managers because it keeps the club unstable. Oh, yeah, exactly. I think occasional switching play to long ball could work, but I'm not a manager. I think that may come to pass when we get this right. But we got to get this right before, because I think when you're playing a match, that's your best time to practice your craft. And so if you're playing a style of football, until you get that right, there's no point in dicking around with other stuff. But sure, I mean, I saw Celtic almost park the bus in an SFA Cup final against Rangers, or was it the League Cup? So it depends what the match dictates, but being aggressive and on the front foot is what you got to get sorted out, I think. Arteta, says Radio Burman, is doing quite well for his first ever managerial job. To be fair, I'm just biased against him, aren't I? I can't say he's good. He's Arsenal, isn't he? So, but you could say that. Mark Havel, we lost the plot when our best defender got taken off. I'm trying to think now. Who got taken? Oh, Romero. That was the other game, wasn't it? Bloody hell. Memory like a sieve. Sunday Patel, they say you shouldn't judge a manager on one game. Of course not. Absolutely not. Had we won that Ipswich game, we'd be third. Of course, all this talk would be silly, wouldn't it? You imagine if we were third. Would people be having doubts? I don't think so. Well, some maybe, because some, But I don't think as many people. I think it's a shame. I just think it's a shame that it definitely does seem to be that there's, a bit of discontent out there. And I get it when we're up and down, but I think it's definitely worth staying the course. Absolutely. And if we had won that game, we'd be third, like you say. So it's like it's not like we're third from bottom and playing crap and getting thumped every week, is it? That is. Hi, Paul and all. Did you see Chris Cowling's post imploring all Spurs supporters and the club itself to fully back Ange? Yeah, I did. I thought it was pretty good. The impatience and emotional reactivity of Ange out as comes off as childish. Hey, I'm not going to tar everyone with the same brush, man. I mean, I don't agree with it at all. But, people can feel that way. Because I think just as I'm saying that I don't think most people are on the internet, I think probably people that are having doubts or are fully Ange out aren't those people online anyway. So when I say Ange out idiots, I'm really referring to the real agitators on Twitter and YouTube, not just because I know there's some people in here that are Ange out, but I don't know, you know, they're all right. Well, you know, it's just a difference of opinion on a manager, you know. I mean, so I tend to get defensive and I come out on the attack when I see what I feel people openly attacking my club in vicious ways. I don't care if they say or claim to be our supporters or not. I'll have a go back. But it's fine. I mean, look, I wouldn't say all Ange out as a childish, but I get where you're coming from, man. If you mean the vocal knobs online, I'd absolutely agree with you. Ed Madden, I may have mistaken spoken to my loss of faith, but my point is support is wavering generally. Hey, well, you know, a couple of wins and hopefully all this discussion will go away. That's the way it will happen, isn't it? Results on the pitch. Spursicus, black and grey. At least the logo's not red. Oh, that's a plus, isn't it? You just think they would put the bloody sponsor in blue. It used to be in blue. Holston, Hewlett, Packard, shit gambling companies. That had a bit of red in it. Oh, why red? I know it's more eye-catching, but for fuck's sake. I mean, you're really generating that much more revenue. Advertising companies, much more clout because it's in red at the expense of pissing us all off. Bloody hell, man. We know, everyone knows who the sponsor is. Who's the sponsor? Oh, yeah, I don't know what they do. I don't care. I don't want to know. But if you're in the market for whatever they do, you know who sponsors us. It doesn't have to be red. Renegades say fans are fickle. The last game was a defeat, and people are like, Ange out. I know, a win, a few fans will be, we're going to be top four and win a trophy. I'm going to say top four. I'm going to say we're going to quads on. Like, I mean, someone said it yesterday. Until it's mathematically impossible, I say we're going to win the league. I do it every year. I'm wrong every year. I don't care. That's how I support the club. I hope and dream. Nothing wrong with that. It's not realistic. Fuck off. You just never know. Look how long it took Fergie. Then what happened? I know we've thumped Fergie's bloody Man United side 4-0. Beautiful afternoon. Great game. Loved it. I was there. But it was only an FA Cup that really saved Ferguson. But it did take him a while, didn't it? Yeah, it took him ages. I mean, that was, I think that game where we thumped them was 87. He might have been managing from the year before, maybe 86. But when was his first league title? It would have been 93, maybe? 94, something like that. So that's a hell of a long time. And that's a club the size of Manchester United as well, who were always expected to win the league, but they hadn't won it since, I don't know, the early 70s, perhaps, something like that. I don't know. Was it 60, maybe 66, 69? I don't know. But it had been a while. It took time. Tom Larry, Chris Cowling has been good on this. Ricky Norwood's on his show on Sunday talking a lot of sense. I like Ricky Norwood. I think he's a cool guy. I only know Ricky Norwood from being on Chris Cowling. I know he's an actor and he's been doing stuff on EastEnders and whatever, but I think he's pretty funny on Chris Cowling. I like actors and creative types. I think they're cool. They're unashamedly expressive, and I think that's what makes us human. I enjoy hearing and seeing that. Cowling's lol. Finger out. Tom Larry, no defender was subbed off against Ipswich. Yeah, I can't remember. Well, I don't know. Hey, I can't do it, man. I can't press the button. Hello, Uncle Paulie. Hello, Derek. Oh, shit. I've just pressed the stupid button. There we go. Nice to see you, Derek. Roll me one Kenobi. Whoa. Here he is. Mr. Real Madrid. Hey, Hippie. I've never seen a fan base like Tottenham that complains when they're only 3 points off third. What? Hang on a minute. You're a Real Madrid supporter and you're saying we're hard on our teams? Bloody hell, man. You lot. I mean, yeah, but you're right. We're 3 points off third. Carabao quarterfinal, still in every competition. I know. But But don't you say our fans are worse than yours. Your fans are bloody terrible. You finished second in the league and it's like major national disaster. Jedwick. Surely you should hold judgment to the end of the season. I think so. Because if we change before the end, it's a write-off, isn't it? So yeah, I think that's if you're going to change, do it at the end of the season. And I think by the end of the season, Ange will have proved everyone wrong. I think that's fair enough. We will be significantly placed. Hopefully, we'll have some silverware by the end of the season. But I think we'll be definitely in top 4. And if people give a care about that, I mean, I just like finishing as high up the table as possible. If you know what I mean. Top 4 in itself, it doesn't ring my bell. I know, yeah, getting Champions League, good, but as an achievement, I don't really care. I just want to finish high up as possible. I'd like a 3rd, 2nd, 1st. That'd do. Van der Ven with his pace. He missed off with this. I could do this one.
Mickey Van der Ven. Better. Faster. Stronger.
Another super chat. You just never know. It's 3 points. Get a grip. I know. That's my take on it. That's my take on it. Because I was pissed off after the Ipswich game, gutted, because it was like a chance. And all the results went our way and we could have been 3rd and that would have been magnificent. And all this debate, all this murmuring, would be pointless, isn't it? You've got no leg to stand on if you're sitting 3rd in the league. But we didn't do it. So I was, wah! And now I looked at the league table the next day and it's like, oh, fucking hell, we're 10th. But then I realised, as you're sort of alluding to, hey, but we're still only, it doesn't change the fact we're just 3 points off 3rd. If we beat Manchester City, what we're going to be, how far behind them are we going to be? I'll have to have a look at the league table a bit nearer the time. And when are we playing? Are we playing last or are we playing first? It's got the, I just searched table and it's given me pictures of tables. Maybe I should type in EPL table, eh? Silly old fart. Okay, here we go. So, we beat Manchester City. We'll be 4 points behind them. Bloody hell, man. Bloody hell. I mean, that's crazy, isn't it? And people are Ange out. You've got to be having a laugh, haven't you? Come on. Come on. I know there's some people saying, we won't beat Manchester City. We never do. Well, of course we do. We beat them the other week, mate. So when are we playing in relation to everyone else? We're playing on the Sunday. Oh, sorry. Sunday at 4:30 a.m. So we're playing after Leicester City versus Chelsea. So Chelsea's above us. Fulham Wolves, I think Fulham's above us. Everton Brentford, I don't know. Arsenal Nottingham Forest, yeah, they're above us. Draw will be the good there. Bournemouth Brighton. Aston Villa Crystal Palace. So by the time we play Manchester City, it could be a golden ticket game. I'm a bit bloody worried about saying that though, because I've done it twice and I don't believe in jinxes, though. I don't believe in jinxes, but there could be a lot. There could be a hell of a lot to play for against Manchester City. It could almost be a rerun of what we could have got against Ipswich. Not quite, but similar. Romy One Kenobi, make all the jokes about the Scottish League. I wouldn't at all. I respect the Scottish League. I respect leagues all over the world, man. I don't get this superiority complex that some Premier League or English fans have about their league, when basically I don't, as far as a passionate spectacle goes, you can get that anywhere in the world. In fact, I'd say a lot of leagues are way more passionate than the Premier League, because there's a lot of paint by numbers football in the Premier League, a buck that we're breaking at Tottenham, and that's why when we were on it, we destroy teams. I mean, like it or not, when Tottenham are on it, we destroy teams. We absolutely bully them into capitulation, like we did against Manchester City and Aston Villa and West Ham and Manchester United. So yeah, I don't besmirch the Scottish League at all. I mean, I think especially as it's supposed to be part of the same country. People forget that. They just think the UK is England or London. The North of England gets separated. I'm going off on a diatribe here anyway. If it's such a pub league, then why do Premier League teams sign players from there? Hey, always. Tierney came from Celtic youth and was Arsenal's best. Virgil van Dijk came from. He was up there, wasn't he? I think so. Of course. No. And, it was only really since the Premier League shot off. I mean, it used to be back in the, probably up maybe till the mid-90s, maybe. There was a fair bit of interchange the other way around as well. And not necessarily just players at the end of their career from England, like Mark Haitley. Chris Sutton was up there. Richard Gough from Tottenham to Rangers. So, no. That's why I don't like it. I just don't like it. I don't like it. It's just Scotland, or it's just that, or it's just this. Tom Lowry, is a contractual agreement for the sponsor to be in red on the home shirt? It probably is. Are you saying it is? Yeah. Oh, it would be. Yeah, I don't doubt it, man. Can't change that. Everyone hates it. I know. I mean, you could change it. You could negotiate a different, it's not impossible. But they won't do it. They won't do it because, once a contract's over, you can always fucking amend and supersede contracts with new ones. It's always possible with agreement, Yeah. No, it wasn't his last home game. I don't mean to be pedantic here, Edwardson. 86-87, 4-0. Yes, it was 4-0. It's brilliant. It wasn't Glenn Hoddle's last home game for us. It was against Oxford United. Because I remember Glenn Hoddle running in front of the shelf when he scored that wonder goal. It was brilliant. A real good farewell. But the Manchester United game was awesome, man. I think Mitchell Thomas scored. Did Paul Allen score? I think Paul Allen was one of those players that doesn't get mentioned enough. I think he was a very good player for Spurs for years and years and years. Romy Wankanobi, I bet if you give Ange Outbrigade the Celtic job. Oh, yeah, because that's the other thing. Oh, I could manage Celtic. You ain't got to beat Rangers. Yeah, what bollocks. Celtic, they'll crumble with the pressure. Oh, my God, absolutely. It's a huge, intensely pressureful job. Celtic are a team that only accepts winning, and anything else is far. Same with Rangers. Either of those jobs, incredible. Huge clubs. I mean, Celtic, I think, are always bigger club, and I'm biased because I prefer Celtic to bloody Rangers. Rangers are... Blech. Ange came into there and rebuilt it. Oh, man, he rebuilt something really special there. It was great. Athelson Edwardson, okay. You were wrong on the last one. So Alex Ferguson took over for Ron Atkinson. There's that guy, a football manager. Just before Christmas in 86. He looked like a car dealer, didn't he, with his sheepskin coat. Spursicus, Arsene managed in Japan. Fergie managed in Scotland. Yes, I've said this many a time, man. Ange has managed in both, and people keep saying it's not the Premier League. I know. According to them, you can only manage in the Premier League if you've managed in the Premier League. I mean, infinity. Look at that. My forehead's disappearing now. And you know what? I'm going to just draw the curtains and sort this shit out. Hang on a minute. Oh, I can't do any buttons. Hang on. Of course, with vertical blinds, it's always the fourth string that I pull that does what I want because I'm stupid and they don't really keep the light out. But I think I can make myself maybe a bit less liver failure looking. There's a little bit of an improvement, that'll do. Athelstan Edwardson. Ferguson's first league title was 92-93. Okay. They were contenders with Liverpool in Alex Ferguson's first full year in 87-88. Is that right? I can't remember that one. I remember the close run they had with Leeds in 92, where the last English-born manager to win the top flight was Howard Wilkinson. No English manager has won it since then, so that says something. I forget. 87-88 was arse, wasn't it, man? Did you go to Port Vale? Fucking hell, man. It was real disappointment because I thought, we were so good in because I was young, because 86-87 was such a cracking year. And then I thought, we're going to just push forward. Think, hang on, we've got no Aussie Ardelis. We've got no Glenn Hoddle. Richard Goff's buggered off to Range. The team was gutted. But we were crap, weren't we? Venables out. Tom Lowry, Real Madrid. Franco's team. Boo! There we go. Athelstan Edwardson. It started with promise, yes, but David Pleat was, hounded out. I mean, that was a real stitch-up job, wasn't it? I mean, who gives a shit? I don't know. If he was alleged to have what he wasn't like, oh my God, it's such a, what a bunch of hypocrites. The Sun newspaper being the bastions of morality. Kiss my ass. David Pleat, and there they just knocked on his door and he opened in his dressing gown. Snap, front page. There's an moral outrage. And then page 3, there's a pair of tits. Yeah, well done, son. Totally unrelated to football. Oh, it was horrible. Yeah, I remember that. I remember all the Arsenal fans. I mean, wore T-shirts with that front page on the T-shirt, which I guess is quite funny. But and Richard Goff left, became very weak. Yeah. 1990 FA. God, there's more stuff here. Can't remember. I was flicking fast. 1990 FA Cup final replay versus Palace was Lee Martin's goal was what saved Ferguson's job. Yeah, if he didn't win that, it was his final day. Yeah, I reckon, man. I was watching the making of the Mickey Van der Ven jingle earlier. Yes, that's an exclusive for. I can't even remember the bass line of that now. Let's have a. See, I probably won't go out and do this. Shit. No, can't. I've forgotten it. See, I don't learn things. I just have to make it. I have to fucking derive it every time I do it. Oh, it's bugging me now. Hang on.
Mickey Van der Ven. Better. Faster. Stronger. Useless. Sack Nebraska. Mark Howell, can't have Chelsea above us, no way. No, well, hopefully they'll stuff up on the weekend. We'll leapfrog a few people. What's the maximum number of places we can go up? I mean, this could be cool, couldn't it? I haven't even... Let's have a look. Okay, so on 16, 19th is third, as we know. So, I mean, some of those teams, there's a lot of teams on 19. So, I mean, with a win, I'd say we'd be up to 6th or 7th, maybe. 6th or 7th. If things go away a little bit. It's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be a huge climb, actually. Robbie Wankanobi, when Conte was at Spurs, they cried he was too defensive and wanted attacking, and now they have an attacking manager and they're still crying. You never know with some folks I know. I don't know, basically they just don't want us to win because Levy. That's all it is. I'm going to skip a few comments because I'm running out of time here. Dr. Johnny D7 Ange got about 6 months of civility before. Did he? Did he even get that much from some people before people started to turn on a 4-year contract? I know it's a 4-year contract. It's the law. And he lost Kane. That's not normal. Yeah. Just skipping a bit. I'll skip down a bit. Oh, here we go. Match report from 1987. Yeah, it was Mitchell Thomas and Paul Allen. It was put. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Mitchell. I think he scored. Yeah, Mitchell Thomas scored too. Like he was really good for a little bit, wasn't he? Definitely an overhead kick. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Spurs are still on for the quad, says Richie B. That's it. You can't deny it. Renegade, you were at the game as well. I think there's 3 of us that were at the same game. How about that? Were you on the shelf as well? It was brilliant. Clive Allen scored 49 goals. Yeah, I saw most of those. What a day. It was brilliant. Brilliant. Yeah, on the shelf side, the shelf side, the shelf side, with the Paxton, that was the family area. You just never know. Don Cowley played for Ross County in the Highlands, then transferred to Inverness. They went to Celtic and then went to Watford and then went to Cardiff. I think he's back where it all started. Lovely. Richie B, thank you, man. It's not just me. They're shit, aren't they? Vertical blinds. They don't keep the sun out. They do bugger all. And this fourth... They make a fool out of us, man. Making a fool out of us. Sounds like a Talking Head song from Fear of Music. Animals. Romy One Kenobi, look at the state Chelsea was in when they kept changing managers. Well, they at the moment, yeah. You know, when they had like limitless funds of dirty money, they could do what they want. But now it's the basket case. And I don't think there's any renaissance going there at all at the moment. None at all. Changing a manager is never the quick fix. You got to back managers like Villa did with Emery. Yeah, and they're going to go down the toilet as well. But I would say that, yeah, no, we got to. It's just... I mean, even Terry Venables took 3 years to get an FA Cup, didn't he? So, bloody hell, man. In addition to losing to Port Vale in the FA Cup, we also lost the away League Cup leg to Torquay United. Yeah, I know. Fucking hell. Bring back PTSD, man. I mean, you go. I don't know if you've been on a supporters. Do they still have supporters trains? I suppose they do, don't they? Supporters train on the way home after you lose to a low-level team. It's very, very quiet. So Don Cowley started a non-league side but played for Watford in the Premier League. So it happens. Of course it does. Paul out. That's it. Paul out. There we go. Paul out. Ange in. Have a look at some of these chats. Rayo Burman Gaza. Yeah, I love watching Gaza play. Fantastic. Tea lady out. It's too weak. It's not strong enough. It's too weak. He's too strong. I don't like PG tips. I want PG tips. I don't want that. I want Tetley. Tea lady out. Richie B, THFC, by far the greatest team the world's ever seen. Oh, they're the greatest team the galaxy's ever seen, I reckon. Galaxy. We haven't talked much about this old ref, the ref with the dodgy video. Oh, well, it was just a start. It was just something to say words by when they, before comments came in. Anyway, look, folks, I'm going to roll it all up. Thank you very much. That is a nice chill stream. Thank you. I've got some people to thank for giving me conscience-free, clean money. Or me receiving it. Anyway, I don't know where you lot got it from. I don't ask any questions. Mark Cavill, and you just never know. With 2 super chats. Blimey, thank you very much, both of you. That's really cool. Thank you very much. Thank you to all the members. Thank you. Who joined? It was Tom, was it? Oh, God, I can see his picture. Where is bloody hell was Tom Lowry. Lowry, that was it. Lowry. Hello, sorry, man. If you click like and subscribe, hey, that's cool. If you ain't, oh, well, what can I do? You've watched it anyway. That's all right. If you've watched it on YouTube afterwards or listened to it on the podcast, if I can be asked to upload it, I forgot to do yesterday's. I don't think I'll upload yesterday's. I'll upload today's maybe. Hey, I hope it's distracted you away from 2024. There's more in 24. More of this. Fucking hell. I'll be back around the traps sooner or later. And, yeah, I'll just say, can't do that. I'll just say, peace and love, man. I can do this, though. I can do it this way, can't I? Peace and love, man. Peace and love. And come on, you Spurs. Where's Fred?